These are batteries that can be placed outside.
No.
No? As far as I know, there is a version with a heater and high IP protection.
Yes, the HS25.
In this video, we will be showcasing the batteries associated with SolaX. I'd say let's throw them up on the table, but that won't work, so let's bring the table out. Let's bring in the battery. And we're talking about residential batteries, which we're also using for the current grant application.
This is the T58 battery, which cannot be charged below 0 degrees Celsius. However, the HS25 can be placed outdoors and can be charged even below 0 degrees. This product is in stock and you can check it out on our web shop.
Yes, because many customers are looking for this. They need both the inverter and the battery, but can't find a way to place them indoors. Where's your utility knife?
It's in my pocket.
Great. What do I need to know about this battery?
This is the T58 battery, and as the name suggests, it has a capacity of 5.8 kilowatt. It consists of two parts, a smaller unit and a larger one. The smaller unit is called the Slave, and the larger one is the Master, and they can be connected together. You can only connect the Slave to the inverter if it is paired with at least one Master. You can connect up to 3 slaves to a single Master. This way, a Master can support a total of 4 x 5.8 kilowatt-hours, providing a combined capacity of 23.2 kilowatt-hours.
Everything we said about the SolaX inverter also applies here. In terms of price to performance ratio, quality, and reliability, this is a top-shelf product representing the high-end category. It's not the cheapest option, but the warranty periods and support are all top-notch, operating at a very high level.
It's very easy to install. The UI is also very intuitive. In fact, there's not really any device that can go wrong. It has built-in protection.
Exactly. We've sold a lot of SolaX systems in Romania and Croatia, but over the past 2 years since we started distributing and installing them, we've also set up quite a few systems for our residential customers. Recently, we even sold and recommended a 1.5 megawatt system using SolaX, so it holds its own in every category. Now let's take a look at what this battery can do.
Typically, the box includes a small mounting bracket similar to what you find in the inverter box, which we demonstrate in another video. This bracket can be mounted on the wall, allowing you to hang the battery so it doesn't sit on the floor if you prefer it elevated. The package includes a factory communication cable, screws for mounting, and all the protective covers for the battery's connectors, ensuring they aren't exposed. It also includes cables for parallel connections. It's important to note that this isn't the type of cable used to connect the inverter and the battery, since this is the smaller box, the Slave unit. This box contains the cables needed for connecting multiple batteries together. So for parallel connections, you have both the DC and communication cables included, so you don't need to purchase them separately. The package comes with everything you need. For example, this is one of the major advantages of SolaX, among many others. I highly recommend it to everyone. We can lift it out of the box. That it is very heavy. Is that how it ends? Well, we can't highlight that.
I'd say let's take it out of the box, but it's a bit too heavy for that. How many kilos is it? What's on the spec sheet?
So this is the Slave, and if I remember correctly, it weighs 68 kilos, while the Master is 76 kilos. Yes, you really need to muster all your strength for this.
What do you need to know?
It is very heavy, In reality, there are no switches or controls on it that you can operate directly. Instead, it has connection points on both sides. If you want to link the batteries together, you need to have the Master or Slave on one side, and from the other side, you connect to the next battery. If there are no additional batteries to connect, you can use the Y plug, which is included in the package. This Y plug is used to terminate the battery chain you've connected. Overall, the unit has 2 LEDs on the side. There are no functional switches on the front. It features a sleek design since it's just an energy storage unit, meaning it doesn't have any active functions like an inverter does.
A common question from customers is about how safe these batteries are. In terms of safety features, these are LFP, lithium iron phosphate batteries, which offer excellent thermal stability. This reduces the risk of overheating and fire hazards.
Yes, this battery is not like the old lithium-ion ones that could catch fire and cause a self-sustaining blaze. The new lithium iron phosphate technology is very safe, so you can safely install it indoors without any concerns. So this is a great improvement compared to the older models.
Yes, super. Let's look at the next one. Here we have the SolaX Master battery. As you mentioned, one Master can manage 3 slaves, so let's take a look at what it can do. We'll explore how to connect them and what features ensure efficient operation.
And what's included in the box.
Let's see what's in the box. You'll find cables in it too. Can we put this on the wall like the Slave?
All of them can be mounted, all cables are included.
Each one can be mounted on the wall and all the necessary cables are included.
Yes, it can be mounted on the wall, but I wouldn't do it. It sits comfortably on the floor and won't tip over on its own, making it ideal for floor placement. The design ensures stability and convenience. It includes similar components to the Slave unit, like factory covers and protective elements for the battery sides, as well as short cables for parallel connections. The package also comes with various cables, including a short Y cable that goes at the end of the Slave if you're installing one Master and one Slave. This Y cable is essential for completing the circuit between the Master and Slave units. You need to connect the negative and positive ends of the Slave with this small Y cable, which should be placed at the end of the setup. Additionally, there are 3 more cables included, 2 of which are DC cables. You'll notice one end has a factory connector, while the other end is free. This design allows for easy connection and ensures compatibility with the system. That's why they provide a separate connector for connecting the battery to the inverter. The part with the connector goes into the Master battery, and the cable end connects to the inverter. These are factory standard 2-meter cables, so it's a good idea to place the battery within 2 meters of the inverter. This setup minimizes cable strain and ensures optimal performance. Just like before, there are 2 meters of DC cable for both positive and negative connections.
This also needs to be installed indoors.
It also includes a communication cable, so these are all the factory accessories. You don't need to purchase anything extra to connect it to the battery. Everything is included in the package.
How many years can it operate? What kind of return on investment ROI periods can we expect?
That's a great question. We'll find out in the future. Currently, there aren't any of these batteries that have been in operation for 10 or 20 years. However, they come with a 10-year warranty, and they will definitely maintain stable performance beyond that period.
Its maximum efficiency degrades slightly.
It's not
over
necessarily
time.
the efficiency itself, but rather the battery's capacity. For example, 10 years from now, the 5.8 kilowatt battery might not have a capacity of 5.8 kilowatt hours anymore. It could be around 5. Of course, this depends on the location. Or take it straight out of the box and put it down.
Well, take the box from here.
Well, anyway,
or hold it like
look
this.
at it this way and it won't be so difficult.
We finally got this beast out of the boxes, and Norby has already been busy unscrewing the top. Let's take a look at what we've got here.
So, there's a plastic cover on top that we no longer need. Underneath this cover, you'll find the main components of the battery unit. Underneath is a large power button for turning the battery on and off. This button is crucial for manually controlling the battery's power state. It's secured with 4 screws, which I've already removed to save time. Below that is the battery's fuse, which provides additional protection for the battery. The fuse is an important safety feature that helps prevent electrical overloads. There's also a very important component here, this small dip switch. It's a tiny but essential part of the configuration process. If you look closely, it's a circular rotary dial with numbers that scale up from 0. Each number corresponds to a specific configuration setting. You use this to set how many Slave units are connected to the Master. For example, if you're connecting 2 Slaves to the Master, you'll need to turn the dip switch to the 2 position, so it knows that 2 Slaves are connected.
These settings are configured exclusively by the installer during setup. The customer doesn't need to worry about them.
Exactly. The customer doesn't need to deal with this. That's why the whole unit is secured with 6 screws. Other than that, the available connections are the same as on the Slave units, DC positive, DC negative, and a communication line, with grounding also being very important. You simply need to connect these 4 things. That's why I mentioned earlier that it's very easy to connect it to the inverter. The factory cables are provided at the correct length, so you don't need to do anything extra. You just need to connect the DC end with MC4 connectors and plug it into the inverter, and it's ready to go.
Easy installation, simple to use. Yes, it's really great. We wholeheartedly recommend SolaX. Absolutely.